Last time on Dragon Ball EX. Off-planet, Goten and Vegeta's training seems to be going really well after a full year's passed. The pair even reaching Super Saiyan 3. Optimistic about the results, they mutually decide to stay and train a bit longer. Then in the Divine Realm, Goku, having been restored to his adult form, he takes on the role of a god, along with 11 other yet-to-be-seen deities. But right before he was scheduled to attend a meeting on the Divine Planet, a mysterious force took hold of him. Venturing several places, the villain soon made his plan known as he destroyed New Namek and assassinated Dende. He now gazes to our Earth below, wondering how many living beings reside here.
This story is created by Sebliet as part of an ongoing series. Catch it fully using the links below.
The future is uncertain. Everything suggests that an evil entity has fused with Goku and destroyed planet Namek, together with all of its inhabitants. The entity itself showing no qualms against revealing this information to anyone he encounters. This vendetta has no known reason. Not even Dende could escape this terrible tragedy. Who could possibly wish to seek revenge against the Namekians, a race known for their peaceful and benevolent nature? Could there have been an event before the Great Cataclysm yet to be revealed? Or are his actions simply a means to an end in ridding the universe of the Dragon Balls, so his will cannot be undone? Meanwhile, the Earth's population, who lived in a long-standing time of peace before the appearance of the evil dragons, is oblivious to the potential threat which ominously watches, as they've been with the existence of the Dragon Balls and their creator that have saved them numerous times. However, this ignorance is likely going to be short-lived. The Earthlings don't know that the Namekian tragedy has occurred simultaneously with a universal tragedy, one which affects them in particular, as the fabled wish orbs which have brought hope for generations will never be accessible again. Because of that, our future grows only more hopeless. The events to come cannot be undone this time. However, not everything is lost. The planet still relies on warriors determined to defend it. While its greatest defender may be gone, a handful of formidable heroes still remain, including the reincarnation of Majin Buu, the greatest threat the universe has ever seen. Better yet, he's also Goku's lone protege. Then there's Goku's oldest son, the mighty hero who defeated the terrible monster known as Cell in the past, a warrior whose power and courage know no limits, Gohan. Stopping dead in his tracks, he can sense something's going on at the lookout. An evil key has just appeared out of nowhere, and he can no longer feel Dende's energy. Racing towards it, he worries this can't be! The unnamed villain continues his gaze at the world below the clouds. He grumbles that he hopes the stupid people of this planet are ready. Because soon they will know what true terror is. Making his way to the source of this strange key signature, Gohan can tell he's getting close. As an explosion erupts in the distance, this can't be happening! That city had just been rebuilt! The invader proudly stands amongst the debris and devastation he's caused. He scoffs at the fact that these pitiful insects here die so fast. They don't even last long enough to have a little fun with. Though, it's a good thing someone's approaching who seems to be a bit different than the rest of them. He should be a little entertaining. But why's he stopped? Initially, he was locked in a feverish pursuit. Alas, if he doesn't want to be the first to engage, the villain has no issue in chasing him down, unable to wait to see what this body can really do. Appearing in front of Gohan, the monster was right. This warrior is completely different than the rest. He's actually even more than expected. Maybe he will serve well to test his new power. Like Vegeta, Gohan isn't fooled by the body snatcher's appearance. This key, it's the same he felt before. He growls to know who this imposter is, and what has he done with his father? The fiend takes interest in the man before him being the son of Goku. That makes sense. He assures him not to worry. Himself and his father are a single being now. Forever. In the headlights, Gohan pleads to himself that can't be. If this is true, his dad won't be able to. No, there must be a way. Maybe if they use the Namekian Dragon Balls to make a wish, that may be the only way to fix this. Snapping back to attention, he demands this fraud explain himself. What's he doing on Earth? Why did he kill Dende? He wants answers. His adversary inquires why he'd want to know. He didn't think a fighter of Gohan's stature would find any of these actions a big deal or anything. Besides, he himself only wants to fight him to test his strength, nothing personal. That is unless he'd like him to destroy another city. The Saiyan scowls, he won't get away with this. He will defeat him and get his father back. He will also avenge Dende. But Dende? Oh, he must mean that Namekian who lived on the sanctuary in the sky. He was a pitiful fool. He may as well have been one of the pathetic commoners from back on his home planet, the one he reduced to dust. Which means the Namekian Dragon Balls have also. The monster smirks. He chuckles to Gohan he should have seen their stupid green faces. After this remark, our heroes had enough. Those counterpart only taunts. That's it. Release all of your power. He thinks to himself, if he remembers correctly, this body could accumulate high levels of energy through some kind of transformation. If he focuses his energy, he should be able to do it. Effortlessly unlocking Goku's Super Saiyan 4 state, he cackles, this is great! He has become the most powerful being in existence. He screams for Gohan to get ready, because he's going to kill him. Who is a bit confused. While he is very powerful, he thought it'd be much stronger than this, possibly hinting whoever's in control of Goku's body is having the same trouble as Ginyu did way back when. It may be only a matter of time before the Fiend figures this out for himself and moves to correct this flaw. But as they say, ignorance is bliss. At the same time, in the realm of the Kais, Kibito Kai and Old Kai kneel on the ground looking in on the situation through their crystal ball. The former questions his elder if he knows who this guy could be, and does he think Gohan can defeat him? But he doesn't have any idea who this new villain is. What he can tell him is that he possesses incredible power, but Gohan is not his lesser. They are both quite mighty. If there's any difference at all in their strength, it's pretty small. If Gohan plays it smart, there's a good chance he could win the upper hand. Although, in a battle of this scale, this is one situation when home field advantage is instead a massive hindrance. This leads the Supreme Kai to then ask how it is that Gohan had gotten himself to the same state, if not much more powerful, as he was when he fought Super Buu if he lost it. After all these years, it's pretty clear he hasn't been able to tap into the same strength he could when he is at his peak. But he never lost it. Old Kai explains that he unlocked the hidden power he had at the time. That way he could release it without the necessity to get angry or force it through transforming his body. This means Gohan's ultimate power isn't automatically fogged by blind fury, and his body isn't strained while trying to control the might of Super Saiyan. This state can't be lost, but it does require training like everything else, especially to control the entirety of his power, which is constantly changing. It's like trying to slowly walk a giant boulder down a hill that's constantly gaining momentum, or attempting to run on a treadmill that keeps getting faster. This makes things a bit more clear for his successor, who continues to peer in on the situation like a child glued to the TV. For what he sees, the Elder believes that between the absence of Goku and what he recently experienced over the last few years, made Gohan start training again just in case a situation like this were to arise. Though, the fact he's facing his own father is undoubtedly not something he accounted for. He then stands, prompting the old-timer to inquire what he's doing. Surprisingly, he announces he's going to help Gohan. If there isn't a huge power difference between them, together they should be able to beat him. Though he's instructed to wait, there's something his ancestor would like to tell him first. Giving him his full attention, Kibito Kai questions what it is. Does he want to give him advice for? But he only puts him in a headlock and screams to know what this moron is thinking. At the level these fighters are at, the number of fighters doesn't matter. If he goes, he will only serve to burden Gohan. What's more, he shouldn't go to help every time there's a problem. It's the mortals' duty to defend their own planet. They are the ones who live there. However, with the stakes on such a high scale, this may be a hill the old Kaioshin regrets standing on. With the revelation, Gohan resumed his training to protect the Earth and his loved ones, in place of his father. How will he fare against this new threat? Will Goten and Vegeta rush back home to join the battle? And once again, just who is this entity who has taken control over Goku?